Hey guys, Dale here, back with a brand new RimWorld series, Strange New Rim, RiftWorld. So this is going to be part 0, or episode 0. In part 0, we just kind of review some key mods, our key objectives. We'll take a look at the ideology, the world, and our starting colonists and their situation. If you are not interested in that stuff or feel like you can catch up on that as the series progresses, feel free to skip part 0 and jump right into part 1. That's where we'll start the gameplay. For everyone else that's hanging around, thanks for hanging out with me. This is going to be a series to kind of showcase the current state of the Strange New Rim mod that I'm working on. So a big feature of this series will be Strange New Rim Core. For the most part, I think all the systems are developed and designed. I think there's tuning that needs to happen. I think there is a lot of description work that needs to happen. And I'm going to take a pass over the next couple days of descriptions just to make sure that there isn't any like super outdated information, because some of those defs, some of those descriptions have been written months and months and months ago. And, you know, as I've been developing the mod, things have changed. I've changed approaches. I've changed the way whole systems have worked. And so I just want to make sure nothing is crazy out of date. But like when you guys have access to the mod, just kind of know that all of those are kind of like still TBD descriptions. I plan on elaborating on them to help describe how different systems work and how you can use different buildings and objects together and stuff. But I'm not going to hold the mod back from you guys for that kind of work. So I'll take a quick pass over the next couple days, and then I'm going to publish the mod on Steam. It'll be unlisted. So I'll have a link posted in all the video descriptions, and I'll do an announcement video for anyone that wants to be getting their hands on it. Anyone that wants to test and provide feedback. I'm hoping to receive a lot of feedback over the course of the next couple of weeks as the series runs. And, you know, with that feedback, I'll make some adjustments. We'll do some balancing on material costs and on plasma costs and the other economies that are in the game. And then we'll get Strange New Rim published just generally so that it's searchable and findable on the Steam Workshop without having to visit one of my videos and go to a link for it. What won't be on the Steam Workshop for probably a couple more months, though, it is Strange New Rim Starfleet. I will be publishing what I have, also unlisted on Steam, so you'll have to grab the link for it. Right now, Starfleet just has some apparel, some weapons, and that's about it. But I wanted this to be anchored a little bit more as like a Starfleet, Star Trek type playthrough. So I did kind of like mash those together really quickly. I don't think Starfleet even has like research set up. So like all of those items are able to be like constructed right away as long as you're able to get your hands on the materials you need for crafting them. But eventually we'll get research in there. We're going to get a bunch of quests in there, and there will be new buildings and systems that go into the Starfleet module. So there'll be proper replicator technology, there'll be industrial replicators, food replicators, there'll be some new mining technology that's available using transporter technology, and a whole system for getting recruited into Starfleet, or you know, going through a learning system as a cadet, similar to how children go through learning, and also a rank system that isn't quite like the title system from Royalty, but a lot of the fundamentals will come through there. There's a whole custom UI for kind of managing ranks in departments and color coding of departments so that you don't have to like manually have pawns go dye their jumpsuit, their department color. Anyhow, other than those two mods, I figured we'd take a quick look at some other mods. Drone Factory came out recently. This is a Vanilla Quest expanded mod. So I figured this will give us something to do as we do a gravship playthrough where we're pursued by mechanoids, right? So there should be sites for us to go to visit. Maybe there'll be some interesting droids that we can build that don't leave waste packs around and stuff. So we'll see what this has to offer. I'm very curious about it. I love that the vanilla expanded team has been doing these kind of like little bundled quest mods, so it feels like something that we can kind of like maybe focus in on when the mechanoids are giving us a breather. We are doing gravship expanded, so those mechanics, you guys saw them in the Conclave series. That'll be back for our gravship this round. This will be a little bit different because we are going to do the gravship start, so we will start up in space. Star Trek Genetics took this mod and I did a lot of gutting to it, so your mileage may vary on what you see here. I created a bunch of like custom xenotypes with the tools, with the genes that were made available in this mod so that we could have kind of Star Trek-y crew. We are going to be playing with Reel's Insector faction. I haven't played with this before. I played with Insectors, and we did just do like a little bit of Insectoid 2 stuff in Hero Engine. Mostly it was visiting one of their bases and annihilating it just to see it, but we didn't really experience much of the raids, and so the Insector faction will be Insectors plus vanilla Insectoids expanded. So we'll get to see a faction raiding us alongside those insects, and I'm just curious to see how that goes. I don't plan to go deep into Insector stuff. We might recruit one. I don't plan to go deep into Insectoids, but I'm just hoping that that kind of like breaks up mechanoid and tribal raids a little bit for us with some mods that I haven't really gotten to see much of. Insectoids 2, like I said, we won't go deep into a lot of this stuff, but the last time we played it was back in 1.5, so I'm sure that there are updates that we haven't seen here before. I'm curious to see how it works out with Odyssey and all that fun stuff. But yeah, just a little bit more variety. Regrowth, Biomes of the Rim, we play with this a lot. It just makes really gorgeous biomes, and we've added some of the additional biomes. There are also some really good mod options in here for making camp space game now, but like perspective ore, bathing, weather, and I think some other just like options around grow zones and stuff. We are playing with androids. When I was asking for name contributions for the series, someone offered a name for an android. I got excited about the idea of an android. So we didn't go with that name, but we are going to add an android officer. I haven't really played deeply with Vanilla Race's expanded androids, so this will give us an opportunity to see what it takes to kind of take care of an android and upgrade an android and stuff. Priya started out as an android, but, you know, we turned her into like a holographic AI for the Mekhive Priya series, so we'll see if we end up deciding to like build additional androids. In addition to androids, we're playing with most of the Vanilla Race's expanded races just because I haven't really played with them, so this is an opportunity for us to see them. We are playing with the Rim Effect series of mods. I don't think I played with this really on 1.6. We played with it for our Forge-like character and Hero Engine, but it was just kind of like the other mods. I don't think we had Asari and Reapers. The Reapers add kind of like a mechanic where we need to go and take out faction bases that they'll be establishing in the world. So if we leave them, their faction bases will continue to grow in number, and as their bases grow in number, their raids will grow in power. So we'll have to kind of keep them in check, and we want to leave this world better than we found it. And then just a mod that I came across today, actually, save storyteller settings. I always do custom storyteller setting. I always do Losing is Fun and or Blood and Dust, one of those two. And then I go down and I, make sure that babies are healthy and all that other stuff. Now you can save a preset and load a preset. So if that's something that you guys do, custom playthroughs, then this is definitely for you guys. Let's hop into the game. I guess we'll go ahead and take a look. Actually, let's do new colony real quick. We'll hit next. And so we do Losing is Fun, actually custom, set to Losing is Fun, anomaly settings disabled, and then we can load BTD right here and we can kind of see what is going on. Oh, baby's always healthy wasn't checked. I'm going to have to go check some things. It's fine. We can check this after the game starts. We can make changes there. I did do the grav jumper start. So we'll start in space and we will be pursued by mechanoids almost immediately. I customized it a little bit so that we would start with all the strange new RIM research, isolinear fabrication, transporter tech, all that stuff, as well as the android tech. Since we are getting an android officer, I want to be able to build parts for them and repair them and do all those things if we need to do those things. Let me load the world. We'll take a look at what the world looks like. We'll take a look at the ideologian. We'll take a look at our starting crew. Well, here we are. We are on a 100% generated planet. I do have my little planet or whatever it's called, and I just changed the planet size. I just knocked it down by 1 point on the slider. So we're not quite a full-sized world since I decided to generate the whole world. It feels weird not to generate a full planet on a gravship playthrough. I haven't done anything to move factions around to like uniform them or anything. That's something we don't really get, like the world preview when you do the grav jumper start or the grav ship start. And so that's usually something that I do when I'm previewing the world. I don't think I'll do it this playthrough because as we travel the world, I think it'll be nice to have a variety of factions around for trading, for raiding, whatever we decide to do. It would just feel weird if all of our friendly factions are over here while we're off on this side of the world or something. Ideologian-wise, we are calling ourselves Starfleet, Human Primacy, and most of this is pretty standard. I think I made us indifferent to nutrient paste. I don't know if we'll even eat any of it. I think I might have sped up learning for children and research for adults. We have a bunch of roles. Most of these roles are just kind of like officer positions in different departments, so science, tactical, engineering, etc. And then we have some holidays. We have First Contact Day, Captain Dael Day, Federation Day, and Day of Honor. So one holiday for each quadrum. And then we have a gratitude festival that can happen whenever. So whenever it's off cooldown. The main premise for this story is we're mashing a bunch of sci-fi properties together. So this RiftWorld is just a bunch of different people from different universes. And so Captain Dael's ship has been destroyed. His crew has been scattered. He doesn't even know if anyone is alive except for he and a couple survivors that just happened to be on a runabout when they were getting their ship sucked through this rift. Their primary mission is going to be to collect these rift cores, Alpha through Delta, and use them to bring themselves back home. So we are going to do the ritual, reliquary ascendance ritual or whatever. Probably need to add that. Our ideologian is fluid, so we can get that added in at some point. But that will be how we close out the series. In the meantime, we are just doing fun grav ship stuff with a crew while we test out strange new RAM core and, get some ideas for balancing it. So this is our initial starting crew. We have Dael, we have Kif, and we have Magnus. And so if we take a look at them, let's bring up character editor because we can do this. So Magnus, you guys might recognize him from the previous series. He's our most recent channel member, so providing a lot of support to the channel. He contributed to name requests and you guys can contribute to name requests over in that poll as well. But Magnus, you are a Boy Scout, you're a pious soldier, you're efficient, tough, and as an Andorian, I think you're pretty good at combat. Strong melee damage. So that's great. Not great at social. We pop that off. This is what you're looking like with your hair and your little smirk and your Andorian antenna. Kif. I always make Kif like a little cat type person. So his little fur body, his feline face, and his big old ears. I think this is only the second time that we've like personified Kif as a person in a series. We have Pantha Kif also in Star Wars Renegade. But there we go. He was a pilot fan as a child, and he grew up to become an ace fighter pilot. He's lazy, but he's a neat freak. He's craven, so mental break and pain shock threshold buffs there. And we have Dale. Dale is a Trill, so he's got spots all up and down his face and all up and down his body. He is also a joined Trill, so if you know anything about Star Trek, the Trill race has these symbiotes that they can share their lives with. So if we take a look at his health tab, he has symbiosis health here, health diff, and he is implanted with the Dale symbiote. So his original name before joining with the symbiote would have been Ayan something, but as is tradition, he takes on the family name of the symbiote. So my self-insert character goes 2 levels deep. It's not just Ayan Dael, but within Ayan Dael lives a symbiote, and that is me. That is my self-insert character. This is just kind of like a mock-up for the Trill symbiote stuff that we'll do in Star Trek, the Starfleet module of Strange New Rim. Gives him a little consciousness bonus, gives him some learning factor. And when this is more developed, it could be extracted and implanted into another Trill should something happen to the host that is irrecoverable. But right now, all of that is pretty much just like hard-coded to be the Dale symbiote. Our ship is based off of the runabout design that I've done in the Star Trek ship pack. You can see we have some Strange New Rim buildings in here. Let me go ahead and release you guys so you can start hauling. Go ahead and get some orders done. If we take a look here, we got quarters for like 8 people. We have a bridge. We have kind of like an engineering room. We have crafting and recreation all here in the back. But I think that's where I leave part 0, and I'll catch you guys in part 1 for like official start of the playthrough. Thanks for hanging out, you guys. I hope you're really excited to get your hands on Strange New Rim. I'll have that up on the workshop and a link posted for you guys here soon by the weekend. Anyway, I hope to see you guys in part 1. Until then, have a good one. Bye.